A very good morning to class 6 student. Class 6 student, all of you know the story of this chapter, A Tale of Two Birds. Now moving forward, I'm going to tell you the summary of this chapter, and after that we are going to do the question and answers. You can note down that question and answers in your classwork notebook, and I'm also going to send the question and answers in your WhatsApp group, so you can, if you're not be able to note down through the video, you can note it down given below the question and answer. I hope all of you are fit and fine. Take care yourself and wash your hands time to time. So now I'm going to start the chapter, A Tale of Two Birds, the short summary of the chapter. So some of you haven't heard the story of this chapter. So let's watch this, listen this audio so that you can understand. A Tale of Two Birds. A Tale of Two Birds summary is about a mother bird who lives in a forest. She has two babies who were newborn that also live with her. The nest in which the mother bird lives is in a tall tree. On a stormy night filled with thunder, lightning, and rain, the wind started blowing fiercely. It caused the tree to fall down, which result in the death of the mother bird. Consequently, the bird blows away the little birds. After the storm passes, one bird finds itself near a cave. Near that cave lives a gang of robbers. On the other hand, the second bird fell a little distance away near the ashram of a rishi. So Thus the storm separated the two little birds. So in order to survive, the first one make their home on a tree which is near the cave of the gang of robbers. Whereas the second one make their nest on a tree near the ashram of the rishi. At this time, as time passes by, the little bird turned young one fine day. A king is a king is visiting the area nearby as he follows a deer. The tires him and he decided to get off his horse and rest near the cave. To his surprise, when he rest, he heard a bird's voice. The beak is brown in color and it starts calling out to robbers. It invites them to come and snatch the jewels of the kings and steal his horse. This scares the king and he flees the area as soon as possible on his horse. He reached the Rishi ashram soon and sat down under the tree once again to rest. What happened next surprised him. He hears a bird. He hears a bird which welcomes him to ask him to take rest inside the ashram. He looks at it and remember is resembles and same brown bird which he saw earlier near the cave. Thus it confused him how similar looking birds can be go contrasting in nature. The rishi clears his confusion and tell him that the one outside the cave was this bird siblings. He tells the king that they have different nature because they grew up in a different company. As the first one grew up with robbers, so he talked like that, and vice versa. Finally, Rishi says that our company matters and determine our nature. So this one is all about the summary of the chapter. So conclusion of a story of two birds is a tale of two birds summary teaches that we must make friends with good nature people. If we live in the company of bad peoples, we will also turn turn out like them. But if we say with good peoples, we can build our character. So this one is all about the chapter. In this chapter, we learned these things. So I think all of you are understand about the chapter. Now let us move about some revision work. Now in the same chapter. Again, we are going to revise the question and answers. How did two baby birds get separated? The two baby birds lived with their mother in a nest in a tall and shady tree. One day, there was a big storm with thunder, lightning, and rain. A big heavy branch hit the nest and killed the mother bird. The strong wind blew the two babies birds away to the other side of the forest and separated them from each other. So this one is happening. That's why the two birds get separated. Then the next one. Where did each of them find a home? One of the baby birds came down near a cave where a gang of robbers lived. The other baby bird landed outside the Rishi ashram, a little distance away. Thus, they found two different homes. Third one question. What did the first bird say to the stranger? The first bird said the stranger, the king he called the first bird saw the stranger, the king he called the robbers to come quickly and rob the king of his jewels and his horse. The bird had indirectly warned the strangers of the consequences of sitting near the cave. Then the question number 4. What did the second bird say to him? The second bird welcomed the king to the ashram. They requested the stranger to go inside the ashram, take some rest, and make himself comfortable. The further added that the first bird was his brother, who had made friend with robbers, so he talked like them. Then the fifth question. How did the rishi explain different ways in which the bird behaved? How did the rishi explained the different ways in which the birds behaved. The king was surprised about the difference in behavior between the two birds. The rishi explained that the first bird imitated the same word that he heard from the robbers, whereas the second bird separated the word that he had always heard at the ashram. This implies that the different ways of in which the birds behave. And the last question. Which one of the following sums up the story best? The first option. A bird in hand is worth two in bushes. Second, one is known by the company one keeps. Third, a friend is need is a friend indeed. So the best answer is best story sums up the best stories. One is known by the company one keeps. This one is the conclusion of the story. So all of you understand, I believe. Now moving forward to the short question and answer. Where did each of them find a home? One of the bird found home in a tree that stood near a cave. The other bird found a home in a tree that stood near a cave. The other bird found a home in a tree near a Rishi ashram, and the another one is in robbers area. What did the first bird say to the stranger? The first bird said, "Quick, hurry up! There is someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and his horse. Hurry, or else he'll slip away." The next question: Which one of the following sum up the story best? The options are: a bird in hand in worth, two in the bush, one is known by the company, one people, a friend is need is a friend indeed. So the best answer is one is known by the company, one keeps. The last question: what is one is known by the company, one keeps? The success for fiasco of a person depend upon the people one has around simply. If we will become good, if not, we will become bad. So this one is all about the story. Now, students, what you need to do is you have to note down all the question and answers and question and answers, and no need to write it down the summary of the chapter. You have to note down all the question and answers in your notebook and revise it also carefully. Thank you. Have a nice day.